This tutorial will describe the key features of the CSiBridge interface. The interface is organized into the following regions. The ribbon, which contains the commands and controls for creating, analyzing, designing, and displaying the bridge model. The display window, where a graphical representation of the bridge is displayed. The title bar, where the model name is shown. The status bar, where the model information is listed, and the coordinate system units drop-down lists. The ribbon has a number of different areas. The File menu is where you go to start a new model, open an existing file, save models, import and export files and other file formats, send information to printers, generate reports, capture images, and adjust settings, such as units and tolerances. The Quick Access toolbar allows for easy access to oft-used commands. Checking or unchecking adds or removes items. The bulk of the commands are organized by tab. Typically, you will work from left to right when developing a bridge model. Within the tabs are groups or panels of related commands. As an example of these grouped commands, clicking the Type menu button on the Components tab displays a submenu of commands. Depending upon the command selected, the adjacent buttons and drop-down list change. They are context sensitive. If we select the Material Properties command, the drop-down list displays all the material properties defined for our model. Once a material is selected, the 4 buttons above follow a standard approach used throughout CSiBridge. The first button is used to create a new item or object. The second button copies the selected item. The third button allows modification of the item. And the fourth button deletes the item. Clicking the dialog box launcher brings up a form that contains the same controls just discussed, namely, the ability to create, copy, modify, or delete an item. You may have noticed that each button has an associated tooltip that displays when the cursor is held on the button. Here on the Home tab is where model displays can be controlled, such as what view to show and what results to display, such as a deformed shape or forces in the shell. The Home tab also contains the Bridge Wizard button. The Bridge Wizard helps guide you through the modeling of bridge structures, offering a convenient way to access the commands found on the individual tabs. The last tab, the Advanced tab, contains general analysis and design capabilities, features that can be used to either add miscellaneous items that are not part of the bridge object, or used to modify the model. For example, let us assume that we wish to change the restraint conditions at the bases of the bent columns. First, we should verify the existing condition, which we can do by right-clicking on a joint. On the Object Model Information form for the point, we see that this joint is restrained in all 6 degrees of freedom. Location of the joint may also be verified, as well as the applied joint loads. This right-click feature is available for other types of structural objects, such as frames, and area objects. The next step is to select the joints at the base of the bent. One select option is to simply left-click on the joints. If we wish to unselect the joint, simply click on it once again. We have many other select options on the Home tab. Such as assignments, joint supports. In this case, we want to select all the joints that are rotationally restrained about the x-axis. The only joints that satisfy this criterion are the bases of our bent columns. With the joint selected, we return to the Advanced tab. And note that in the Assign panel that the Joints button is now available because joints have been selected. Clicking on this button and then Restraints, we want to remove the rotational restraint about the x-axis, so we will uncheck the rotation about one box. Clicking OK modifies our restraint conditions. This concludes our tutorial.